Money never comes by luck. It comes by discipline. In this video, we'll discover how the way you live, your daily habits, and your personal control determine whether abundance moves closer to you or further away. Stay until the end to understand the rule Brian Tracy reveals that can transform your financial life. Many people live trapped in the illusion that money arrives as a stroke of luck. They believe everything depends on an influential contact, an unexpected call, or a twist of fate that changes everything. That comfortable belief is the invisible prison of millions. They wait, they deceive themselves, and they justify their mediocrity with the idea that wealth is reserved for a fortunate few. Meanwhile, time slips away, opportunities pass them by, and scarcity becomes a permanent state. The truth is different. Money never follows luck, it follows discipline. Abundance moves toward those who transform their lives into an organized, focused, and coherent system. Money is attracted to consistency, to the seriousness with which a man uses his time, to the way he manages every resource, even the smallest ones. It is not about dreaming or repeating abundance affirmations. It is about building habits so solid that money has no choice but to stay. A disciplined man does not need perfect conditions to begin. He does not need to earn more in order to save, nor does he need large income to invest. He understands that real power lies in controlling what he already has. Every dollar is energy. He can let it disappear in temporary impulses, or he can turn it into a seed of freedom. That is the difference between the man who sinks into debt and the one who builds financial stability. The first spends to impress, the second invests to strengthen himself. Money always moves toward order. A man who organizes his schedule, keeps his word, invests his time in learning and improving, sends a clear message, he is ready for more. On the other hand, the one who improvises every day, spends without control, and postpones what matters declares through his actions that he is not prepared. And money responds by staying away, because abundance does not tolerate chaos. Wealth is never an accident. It is the result of hundreds of small decisions repeated consistently. There is no mystery. What seems invisible at first, that small savings habit, that are invested in learning, that discipline of following a plan eventually accumulates into a wall against scarcity. What many call luck is nothing more than the consequence of a pattern of habits sustained in silence for years. Money does not transform anyone. It only amplifies what already exists. A man with poor habits can receive a fortune and lose it within months. A disciplined man can start with almost nothing and multiply it, because his character turns every resource into a brick of freedom. That is why discipline must come before abundance. Without character, wealth evaporates. With character, even the smallest amount grows into a solid future. Money always follows value, and value is not improvised, it is built through discipline. A disciplined man understands that each day an investment, every hour counts, every action adds or subtracts. While the average person gets lost in distractions, talks more than he acts, and spends what he has not yet earned, the disciplined one turns every moment into a building block. He does not chase immediate results. He cultivates habits that over time make him a magnet for abundance. The market always rewards the one who delivers, who provides value, who solves problems better than others. It is not about working more meaningless hours, but about focusing energy on what generates real utility. The one who dedicates his time to low-value activities exhausts himself without growing. The one who focuses on learning, creating, and delivering excellence begins to generate more wealth because he becomes indispensable. Discipline here is not only financial, it is integral. It organizes the mind, shapes character, and sharpens the ability to produce. Money does not arrive by chance. It comes because an entire life has aligned with order, systematic saving, expense control, intelligent investing, the ability to delay temporary gratification. All of this builds an invisible structure that sustains abundance. It may seem hard, even uncomfortable, but that discomfort is precisely what separates those who prosper from those who sink. The most common trap is thinking wealth begins with high income. That idea is false. Wealth begins with control. If someone cannot manage 100, he will not manage 1,000. If he cannot save a small fraction, he will not know how to protect a large one. Abundance does not respond to wishes or promises, it responds to actions. And the actions are simple. Spend less than you earn, invest more than you consume, turn every resource into a seed. Every daily decision is a declaration. Saving instead of spending, studying instead of distracting yourself, fulfilling instead of postponing. These choices send a clear message. I am ready for more. That internal coherence accumulates until it generates self-confidence, and that confidence is more valuable than any paycheck, because a man who trusts his own control acts firmly, makes wise decisions, and does not break under external pressure. Abundance is not a mystery. It is a pattern. It moves away from disorder and moves toward order. It does not distinguish between talent or intelligence if there is no discipline behind them. The key is to govern yourself before aspiring to govern greater resources. Money does not respect intentions. It respects consistency. It does not look at what someone promises, but at what he demonstrates through daily habits. Every day is a silent test. If there is order, consistency, and control, abundance approaches. If there is chaos, impulsiveness, and mediocrity, it leaves without warning. An undisciplined man can receive an extraordinary income and watch it disappear within months. His internal disorder always drags him back to scarcity. In contrast, the one who already lives with control can turn even the smallest amount into wealth. That is the essential difference. Wealth does not depend on the initial amount, but on the pattern sustained every day. That is why discipline must be practiced before money arrives. If character is not trained first, any opportunity will be lost. If character is built, wealth will remain and grow. Abundance never settles in the life of a chaotic man. It only remains with those who respect it through firm habits, saving consistently, investing with vision, tracking every movement, avoiding unnecessary debt. These are small actions that may seem insignificant, but together they create a new identity. Every time someone masters his finances, he also learns to master himself in other areas, in his work, in his body, in his relationships. That personal mastery makes him stable, and stability is the foundation of all prosperity. Money does not transform, it only amplifies what already exists. If today someone lives in disorder, tomorrow he will have a more expensive disorder. If today he lives in discipline, tomorrow he will have discipline multiplied by the resources that arrive. The most common mistake is confusing movement with progress. Working more hours without direction does not guarantee results. What matters is where energy is invested. The man who wastes his strength on irrelevant tasks consumes himself. The one who focuses it on solving valuable problems begins to generate utility, and the market always rewards utility. Thus, discipline is not only about waking up early, it is about directing every minute toward what builds rather than what destroys. Money follows three controls: control of time, control of energy, and control of money itself. If any of these are wasted, abundance will never arrive. But when every hour becomes productivity, every dollar becomes a seed, and every decision becomes progress, the result is inevitable. Consistency, accumulated day after day, becomes freedom. Wealth does not begin in the bank. It begins in the disciplined mind that turns every daily act into a brick of future abundance. Wealth is the consequence of order and discipline, not luck. Every daily habit defines your financial future. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, activate the notification bell, and comment if this inspired you. See you in the next content.